All right, hi guys, I'm Melissa from Energy Hill, and today we're going to talk about personas. So, personas for your brand, very, very important to understand what it's all about. So, if you look at the top right here, it says the audience. So, that is what your persona is. Your persona is your audience, which is also your target market. So, that's who you are trying to go after to purchase, whether it be your product or your service. So, whenever you're thinking about your personas, there's a number of different things that you want to consider. Now, this could go very, very broad, but I just noted four main things. So, demographics, personality, interests, and then pain points. So, thinking about a person, what I like to do is if you're sitting in a cafe, you're drinking some coffee, just chilling out, and then this person walks through the door. What do they look like? So, that's going to be who uses your product or your service. Thinking about these people and all the different things that goes into making them who they are. So they're your characters, the characters of your brand. So I'm going to walk you through an exercise of putting together these personas. So I chose Apple as the company. It's a company that mostly everybody knows. I would hope so. So I named the girl Alice, red apple, and the boy Alan, green apple. So we're going to go through all of these different things. Now, I did my research on Apple and what their persona would look like, so do your research on your company as well. So if we look at education, for Alice, she's going to be in California, so she's a student, is what I made her to be. So we're just going to write this down. Students. Now, you want to get even more specific if you can. So what college does she go to? So whenever I was researching, I put the University of SoCal. And you can do this exercise exactly as I'm doing on a whiteboard. You can get your group together. Very, very helpful just to write things down, erase, go through, and then solidify at the end. So I'm going to go through Alice first, and then we'll go through Alan. So let's think about her age. Now, she's a student. She's in college. How old is she? We're going to say 20. So she's 20 years old. What position does she have? Well, she's in college, so she's a student, which goes back to education. So we're going to put student. And then industry. I thought of this as what industry does she want to go into? So what is her major? We're going to make her major animation and digital arts. So we'll put animation, and I'm just going to put quick little notes here. Digital arts. And then location, we said she was going to the University of SoCal, so she is in LA. Her pain points, so if you think about a student, organization and time, gonna be two major factors for her. So we're gonna put organization and time here. The more data you have, the better. So try and get all the details that you can. Desires is going to be to graduate college, I would hope so. So graduate college, and I am Disney obsessed, so she is going to want to intern at Walt Disney Animation Studios. This is super sloppy, but I think you get the idea. Platform, what this means is just what social are they active on. This is going to help you build your social calendar, your social content, and speaking to these people. So you think about the younger crowd, you think more so, Instagram for sure, TikTok, and we're gonna say Snapchat. I'm just gonna put Snap. Her interest. So this is her personally, not anything to do with her being as a student or anything like that. What's she interested in? So digital arts, we're gonna say she's interested in painting. So just bringing out her creative side. She wants to go to Walt Disney Animation Studios, so she's interested in Disneyland in California. And then just hanging out with her friends is another interest of hers. So then it brings us to solution. How can Apple as a company solve all of the things above? How can they cater to her? So they can, I'm gonna put digital design. So think about the iPad and how that can help her with having the Apple Pencil and being able to just draw out everything. Access to her notes, so she can have everything digitally right there for organization for school. And then lastly for her, she's busy, she's a student, she needs access to her calendar to keep her organized as well. So that's Alice's persona. So let's go on to Alan. I'm gonna switch over to green. And you do the same exact thing. Now it's helpful to have a female version and a male version unless you are dominant in one gender or the other. If you only wanna target females, I would just choose 2 different types of females so then you can vary your voice in your content marketing. So let's talk about Alan. His education, we're gonna say he went to Stanford. And his age, we're gonna say around 45. So up a little bit higher. And again, you're thinking about who's using Apple products. And then we take it to his position. He is a hotel chain CEO. Industry, hospitality, because you think about hotels. And then his location, we're gonna say another big city. You think about the big wigs, we're gonna say New York, New York. And then we move down to his pain points. Got a little bit off skew, but his pain points are definitely going to be organization. He's a busy guy, a lot of different things he has to keep track of as a CEO, and also loss of communication with all the things he has to keep track of. There's a lot of different people he has to speak to. So that's another pain point of his. Now desires, anyone in the position of a CEO, likely money. So we're gonna put a $sign for sure. And then he wants to think about his customers. So quality of experience. And not just his customers, but his employees as well. And you notice all these details. You really, really want to do your research, whether that be looking back in the data that you already have or the data of who you want to target. So thinking about all these different things. Now platforms, if we think about his age, his location, we're going to say LinkedIn. There's some beep into here. LinkedIn, Facebook, and that's probably his main 2 that you can target him on. Interests, so again, thinking personally, with his age and location, we're gonna say date nights. And then we're also going to say travel. He's a busy guy. And then lastly, solutions is how can Apple solve a problem for Alan? So definitely reminders is going to keep him organized and not let anything slip through the cracks. He's on the go a lot, so having everything digitally right in his hand, iPhone, definitely going to solve the problems. And then accessible, so making sure that he can get to his email, his phone, whatever it may be, he needs to be accessible. So then what do you do with all of this information, right? It's a lot of different stuff that you have to think about. So you create your voice with this, how you're gonna talk to these people. So you want to directly make them feel like you are talking to them. So you research their voice, figure it out, and then while you're making decisions with your content marketing, you're going to also think about these individuals. So that is your persona. Definitely worth implementing into your business. And if you have any questions, you know where to find us, energyhill.com. We have all the different Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. We are everywhere. So be sure to check us out and reach out. Have a good one, guys.